when you are living life or want to live life in a more conscious way, you see all the little ways in which you are being sort of limited by your own self. You know, your own fears, your own judgments, your own inability to risk or trust. And I just, my intuition told me there is greater freedom available for us all. And that was the quest and the journey. And the best self is a composition of all three because we need all three. But most of us are more often than not letting the surviving self, and I call the surviving self the tantrum throwing child, sort of lead our lives. The surviving self is that part of us that is always in worry, doubt, and fear, that sees other and sees other as a threat, quite honestly. It absolutely is in that other and resistance and war. The surviving self, war is natural to the surviving self because it's in survival. Those energies, you know, when you are proving, blaming, judging, protecting, those are energies that belong to the surviving self. So the thriving self is actually those energies that include like hope, a sense of possibility, inspiration, aspiration, the idea that life can move forward. The thriving self is the part of us that is always moving forward because that's what life is doing. The thriving self is connected to that essence of life. And then the infinite self is the part of us that is just ancient. It lives in you right this moment. So if you were to just close your eyes for a second, and behind your eyelids, where does life stop? It doesn't. It doesn't. You may open your eyes. That endlessness is a part of us. We carry it. So the infinite is always present. And what's wonderful about that is that you've heard the mystical and religious phrase that we are neither born nor die. And the mystical phrase that people are, it's possible to never feel hurt, harmed, or endangered. Eternal life. Discovering ways to actually self-observe. I mean, one of the, if physical fitness boils down to diet and exercise, then inner fitness boils down to our ability to self-observe, then our ability to acknowledge what we see. Because when we acknowledge it, it can't pretend to be something else. And then the third thing would be making sure that we are interrupting our old pattern. One of the ways that we can begin to just see ourselves. A lot of us can't see what we do. We don't know that we are behaving a particular way because we have come to accept that this is just who I am. It's who I am. It's locked in. It's encoded and it ain't going nowhere. That's not true. So I literally use physical fitness as a analogy so that we can all see the importance. We know the importance of physical fitness. We must know the importance of inner fitness and have the same kinds of tools to access it. So the definition of inner fitness is being fit on the inside, developing the mental, emotional, and spiritual skills and practices that will allow you to be less stressful, build strength, inner strength, and resilience, so that you can more proactively thrive versus just survive in your life. And that with inner fitness comes an acceptance and a commitment to self prioritizing, where it's not about me, but it is about making sure that you are taking care of the inner self. It is difficult,
Yeah.
but I need to say, before we talk about the how, I need to say that going to the gym is difficult. Making sure that you were eating right is difficult. Losing weight is difficult. Making sure that you are doing the appropriate amount of exercise for your diabetes or blood pressure or whatever issue, medical issue you have is difficult. And so we can't think about how difficult it is because everything is difficult. Having a good relationship is difficult. It becomes easier with inner fitness because with your inner fitness, now you know what your issues are and you can be responsible for them and not ask your partner to be responsible for them. You know what your triggers are and what your sense of lack is, and you can't ask someone else to fix that for
This
you.
is true.
So, inner fitness helps us to have a more sincere and effective and collaborative relationships. Just needed to say, inner fitness is hard, just like life. Hard in that you have to give it attention, and simple in that when you give it the attention that it needs, you feel the difference. So, how? Simply, the how is, I really already said it. The how is first acknowledging what's going on. When you acknowledge what's going on, you actually sort of root yourself. You're not caught up in the whirlwind of just the emotions. You can simply say, this happened to me and it made me feel this way. Now you're rooted. Then the next thing is you're going to have to figure out, and I say figure out because it is creative. You're going to have to figure out, sort of see the things that have been habitually attached to this chronic issue for you. Does your stomach, always gurgle or feel tight when this issue is present? What are the thoughts you begin to think when this issue is present? When you sort of dissect your issue, now you can actually see all the different elements that keep it in place.
I hope you found value in that video. And if you did, would you do me a favor and subscribe? And share the channel with other people in your life so that we can bring you more information in better ways. I thank you for being a part of this journey, and I hope that it's a long ride. I'm loving you.